Alright, well, just got home from work. Figured I'd do a little relaxing. And I figure I'll maybe play this a little bit more. Now, I'm not sure, but the sound seems really quiet in this game. But whatever. Alright, before I basically talk to the board or whatever, let's go to a journal and check out the codex, because I got a couple here. Let's see what they say about the clicks. So, their homeworld is the click whatever. Note, this is the most accurate Latin transcription of the name. The Klisk themselves prefer to call their planet Kliskata, or just Klisk. Coordinates 11980. Brief historical and biological summary. The Klisk have not had the opportunity to get battle-hardened by ways of serious conflict. There are few predators on Kliskata, and the climate there is mild. The Klisk never had big conflicts, even in the multi-state era. Their planet is rather remarkable. Most of it is covered with desert. Despite the mild climate and underground waterways with fresh water, it is hard to understand how creatures similar to the Klisk could have evolved on it. Kliskata's artificial moon is also worth mentioning. It is a giant, even by planetary standards, space station. It functions as a customs office, a hotel, and an apartment office for the elite, and contains numerous shopping malls. This station is the apex of the Klisk's engineering and scientific talent. Kliskata had no natural moons. The Klisk are typical gastropoda that have a pair of frontal limbs as a result of evolutionary process. However, those limbs are not very developed because the Klisk spine is exceptionally weak. One more thing that separates the Klisk from the rest of the gastropoda is a developed eyeball that they put to good use. It is the Klisk's physical weakness that explains their passion for trans development. Physical description of a typical Klisk individual. They are essentially 1.8 to 2 meters in length. Their height is apparently 1 meter, or about 1.2 meters. Their body color, it varies from dark green to so-called frog bottom color, grayish yellow. Notes: a Klisk without an anti-grav device is a rather nasty creature, since it utilizes slime from smoother gliding than it moves. The so-called antennae on a Klisk's head have nothing to do with telepathy or other pseudo-scientific fairy tales. They are centennia breathing organs. Not sure if I pronounced that right or if it's even spelled right, but whatever. Culture. The Klisk are a peaceful race, and their historical development has happened without conflict. This is why the Klisk trade and diplomatic traditions are the most developed and ancient in the known galaxy. It is because of this that the Klisk are considered a race of intergalactic merchants and diplomats, and they are often contracted for talks by parties who cannot come into direct contact, be it due to simply being enemies or due to being creatures that cannot even see each other. The Klisk culture is pretty diverse, but in order to develop a working relationship with them, it is highly advisable that you study the Code of Commerce, which the Klisk regard as something in between a religious text and a regular collection of rules and advice. So I guess they're sort of like Ferengi in some ways, but a little bit less religious. If you want to compare them to something else. The code is the main source of most cultural quirks of the Klisks, since any operation, business or otherwise, by this nation is carried out following the code to the letter. Pretty often, these natural-born merchants will sacrifice their profits because of this, which defies all logical explanation. Their form of government is a corporatity. I guess they're run by a corporation basically. The planet is ruled by a conglomerate of corporations, which for this culture is business as usual. There are not too many things you have to take into account when talking to the Klisks, and the most important one is the code. Someone who is rational and able to comprehend logic, or at least use it for his own profit, will gain the friendship and respect of his race. Alright, let's see what they say about the Zorson. So, homeworld, Latin transcription impossible. Note, exceptionally hard to pronounce. The closest approximation is obviously Zorson. A completely normal and unremarkable planet, 6% water, 40% land, cold climate. Coordinates are 13754. Brief historical and biological summary. Zorson is the planet that has the biggest variety of ancient ancient alien artifacts. This explains the Zorson chauvinism. It is what their concept of being chosen that has dominated the culture since its inception is built on. The Zorson are a rather belligerent race. They have decent space technology and generally are not the best enemy to have. There have been mentions of small conflicts between the Zorson and Borks, although they have never escalated to anything serious. Physical description of the typical Zorson individual. They are apparently 1.4 to 1.5 meters. Their weight is apparently 50 to 60 kilograms. They have 2 developed eyes, a third underdeveloped one on the forehead, atavism, somewhat enlarged and massive head. Culture and outer peculiarities. As mentioned above, the large quantities of ancient alien artifacts have made the Zorsons consider themselves the chosen people, which makes them rather chauvinistic. They consider all alien species as second-class creatures that were not lucky enough to have fate. Note, the closest translative word used by Zorson, make them be born on Zorson. Despite this, the Zorson culture is pretty developed in many aspects. Zorson literature, and especially their theater, are respected even by other species. Their form of government is an empire, constitutional monarchy. It is hard to give any advice to those who attempt to breach the wall of Zorson pride and antagonism towards the aliens. The only thing one could do is to be courteous and speak with the due or exaggerated respect, and to be careful. Of course, the Zorson have shown resentment toward alien diplomats more than once. Alright, so that's basically the Zorson. I wonder what the Borks are going to be like. I want to use our Borks right here. So this guy doesn't respond to our hail. Okay. Let's go with these guys. Captain. Sarah knocks on the camera lens with her finger. The camera shakes. Fronts, quit. The equipment is fragile. You'll break it. This thing. Fragile? Lass. You can kill a cow with that. I'm serious. You can. I believe you. Is there anything else? There is, she nods. Let me show you. Sarah presses some button and a previous quiet radio is instantly filled with dense Bork cursing. You can see Fronts laughing heartily, though she has turned off her microphone. She returns the communication line back to normal in a few seconds. So, what was it? This is what's all over our comm lines. Some Borks are negotiating. They don't think it's necessary to encode it, of course. You can hear it from whichever end of the system. So, give them to me again. I want to know what they're talking about. This is very useful information, Sarah. Very useful. I'll get right to writing up a report about putting you forward to a decoration. Let's say, Order of the Galaxy. Okay. Let's say, give that to me again, I guess. Sure, Cap. Just don't make it. Just don't make a sound. If you can hear them, they can hear you. Got it. Okay, do it. There's another click. Sarah types something quickly, configuring something. As a result, you can hear the Borks much better now. You now realize that there are 2 voices, even though they're very similar. Mine! It's mine! Eisenbert more! No! Mine! Listen some more. It's hard to say what the next sentence means. The translator can't handle it, and instead of coherent speech, you hear barbaric noises of Bork language. That must have been some especially convoluted insult. After that, there were no problems with the translation. You're asking for it. I'll tear you apart, the other voice responds immediately. I'm older! I've always beaten you. Listen some more. The first voice yells back instantly. I still remember that. My ship is better, but Dad has the best ship. Yeah, that's why I want it. I remember. He left. Note. He says ship is mine. He couldn't write. Arr, 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 arr. Those Bork cries certainly don't mean anything good. If you don't intervene, there will be a fight. Keep silent. The line goes silent. Apparently the brothers are fighting. So the aliens have inheritance problems too. Did you say anything, Cap? Nothing. Thinking out loud. And Sarah, please stop listening in on my personal line. Sarah smiles and signs off. Sigh, pour a little wine in a glass, complain about how hard it is to be captain, and get to our business. So those guys are apparently fighting each other. And it blew themselves up. So let's just see what this is now. Cloud debris left from a destroyed ship can contain some valuable. Okay. So we received 5 RU from the debris because, you know, they blew themselves up. Alright, well, that was eventful, I guess. We watched them blow themselves up. No idea what we're going to do with this guy, but I don't think there's anything I can do with it, so let's just leave. Alright, where am I going to go at this point? Well, I guess we have to go find a place to, you know, settle, so... Let's go over here. There's an asteroid belt. And there's a planet right there. Alright, so scan results. The size of the medium, there's no biological activity. It's an ice planet, it's got acid rain. So, gotta be careful, but whatever. Let's go right there. Now, something to note, by the way, is that I'm probably gonna, like, you know, restart this mission at some point, or this game rather, to see, like, you know, how, like, the, how it basically works in terms of, like, you know, random generation, stuff like that. Like, if you have, like, these same planets that are, like, different each time, or if there's, like, more planets and stuff. Alright, we got no biological activity. It's basically a water planet. That's interesting. A water planet with no biological activity. It's got no atmosphere, and it's no size medium. Alright, let's go right there. AuroraRL, come in. This is the landing part. Come in. AuroraRL, listening up. Go ahead. Captain, sir, there is no life on this planet. Not on the surface, but below it. But the scanners have gone haywire, Captain. It seems that they react to the stones that way. Stones? Sir, yes, sir. We are registering some kind of alpha waves and biorhythms from some rocks. What do we do, Captain? Do we bring one of the rocks aboard? It's weird. I have to contact the science department. Wait, Gordon, can you hear me? Captain? Gordon looks a bit unkempt, and the color of his shirt is covered in... Is that mustard? We have a small problem with this planet. And also, you have some mustard on your color. It's not mustard. It's agar. Gordon snorts and waves it off. What's the problem, sir? Stones! The soldiers say the scanners registered their brainwaves and biorhythms. Looks like our ship scanner clocked them too. Sapient? Live rocks, Captain? Looks like it. We need to make a choice. Either we bring one of the rocks on board for analysis or not. Gordon opens his mouth to answer but cuts himself off. If they're alive, that's one thing. What if they're sentient? That's another thing entirely. A very complicated question, Captain. Do we dare take a sentient being from his home planet without asking? He rubs his bridge's nose. If really sentient it is. Alive or sentient, what does it matter? They're just rocks. Discussing ethics, I thought your love for vivisection would be stronger. So what do we do? It's that time, Captain, where I absolve myself of all responsibility and put it in you. I follow your orders, I agree to whatever you say. That's not very fair, Gordon. You're the boss, I'm not. Gordon rubs his nose and lowers his eyes for a couple seconds. Alright, let's just see here. Discussing ethics, I thought your love for vivisection would be stronger. I'm a scientist, Captain, not a barbarian. That never stopped you from performing autopsies on some sentient creatures. Corpses. I can autopsy a dead Clix, Bork, human, for studying. Killing them for this? Gordon shakes his head, no. Alright, alive or sentient? What does it matter? They're just rocks. I understand, Captain. It's not easy to accept a rock as sentient, but... Gordon stirs and scratches the back of his head, asks Miley, what if they're sentient and we take one of them? It'll be kidnapped. Kidnapping a real personality on peaceful a creature. That's most. He screws up his face. Anti-scientific. Anti-scientific. I remember Unit 731 for the academic history classes. Gordon loses confidence completely and mumbles something about new times, humanism, and compassion. Well, I think I know what to do. In that case, you don't need me, Captain. Gordon walks away without even turning off his camera. You can see him right away how he chews someone out waving his hands. Landing party, do you copy? Sir? Alright, so pack up and leave, don't take anything with you, or take one of the rocks on board, we'll stay on the ship. Sir, yes, sir. I'm affirmative. Click. Apparently they're already started. And, ooh. Alright, well we got some research I can now do. I think, maybe, possibly. Or not. I guess not. Well, let's see here. So I guess we got biological science now. Interesting. Whoops. Landed on the wrong side of the mountain there. Gordon calls. You, emergency line. I'm listening. Captain, Captain. The camera is tilted in a strange way. Gordon is looking bent over unnaturally. A group of scientists is running around behind him in the background. You can hear a ruckus. The lamp is totally disarray. Help! What is it? The stone. It came to life. What? It came to life and attacked us. We can't call for backup. Loud rumble. Gordon jumps somewhere. Disappears from the camera view. But I can still hear him. It dented our door and it's stuck. We have only a line to you. Send some sodas over. Send some right now. Hold on out there. Rumble cracks. The connection dies. Gordon, damn it. This country, come in. Captain, how soon can your people get into the lab? They're trying, Captain, sir. It won't take long. But the scientists will have to run around dodging a stone for a bit. Tell your people to do their best. Report to me once it's over. Run! The beast is going to attack. It's going to roll toward us. Jump to the side. Alright, so we have to dodge the... Ow. Oh, lost a party member. Skip a turn. So we lost ourselves a party member. Gordon, can you hear me? Where are you? My soldiers have brought the door down. Run to the entrance of the lab. We'll cover you. There's the soldiers. Gordon doesn't look great. All the visible part of his coat is covered with dust and dirt, and there's a bruise glistening on his face. Apparently, head of science department ran into something hard while skipping around the lab. That's what happened. And all this time, he's been running from a stone in the lab. Gordon nods. And then the soldiers came. Shot the rock a couple times to calm down. It looks alive. He rubs his bruise. I ordered to roll it into cargo hold. It rolls around there from time to time. I heard some of your people weren't so lucky. At least now we know the rock is a living being. So what do we do with it? Well, let's go with one. A horrible and stupid death. I never expected that. Gordon rubs his bruise again. Although we all knew that we were signing up for when we came to the Aurora. At least now we know the rock is a living being. Alive, yes. Is it sentient? Gordon shrugs. Hard to say. The rock moved when we were studying it. It could have been a wild animal's reaction. Maybe we should finish off and perform an autopsy? The shoulders shot it almost clean through, and it's still alive, and hitting the walls down there in the cargo hold. I don't think finishing it off will be so easy, at least without endangering the ship. And can we? I don't approve of its reaction, but it could have just been defending itself. From its point of view, we're barbarians and kidnappers. I'm sorry, but it's true, Captain. Did you try talking to him or something? Talking to him? Yeah. Did you try talking to him or something? First, it wouldn't respond. Then talking got pretty low on the list of priorities. Gordon looks at the camera. He looks nervous, irritated. His eyes are red. So, what do we do with it? I refuse to carry out any experiments on this creature as long as there exists a possibility of danger for me and my people. I'm sorry, Captain. I don't want it to happen again. Maybe you could give me some advice? If we can't either reach an agreement or calm the creature down, we'd better send the creature back to where we took it from. That's all I can say, Captain. You have the last word. Okay, I'll think about it. Let's send a cargo hold for now. I can't hurt anyone in there. Right, too much hassle. I decided to throw a boulder into open space. We're right next to the planet. Let's just, deposit it back on his home world, I guess. And I don't see the rock in here, so I guess it's just going to be automatically in my thing, perhaps. Let's land right over here, I guess. Get all resources, I guess. For some reason I can't drop off the rock, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Well, whatever. Basically, we found a sentient rock. And it killed one of my scientists, unfortunately. So we now have 29 people. I got a quest of some sort in Earth here. Spaceship of the humanity race is currently friendly. Greetings! On behalf of my crew and passengers, I'm pleased to welcome the famous explorers of space. Can we assist you in any way? No thanks, we're just passing by and decided to make a courteous visit. So we got a courtesy visit right there with those guys. You know, I haven't actually mined here yet, so I might do that. Wow. Fun on Mercury, I guess. I assume it's Mercury, it might be Venus. Nope, there is the warp. Do. Not quite close enough to get up there. I wonder if I counted if, like, you know, you can do that, or if, like, it's dangerous to do that. I still got all my options, so that's good. Okay, let's interact with this. Now we'll go over here. Let's okay, we'll have to go back to the ship and get air before we can mine that. There's that one, that's cool. There's that one. I suppose this is what, you know, a big part of what this episode, you know, this game's all about, just like, you know, mine resources and, like, you know, having away missions and stuff like that. There we go. So that is Venus. This is Mercury over here, I guess. There, done. So it looks like the planets move, by the way, which is kind of interesting. Alright, so. Alright, so, communication. Your immediate supervisor, Martin Kilimov, is looking straight at you. Maybe he missed you, or maybe not. It's really hard to tell. You can see tiredness in his eyes. His shirt and waistcoat have a scent of a typical man's cologne. I'm glad to see you, Commander. Report. Yes, sir. To be straight with you, I'm having a lot of things to report about. This conversation will take several hours. He shakes his head. That's too bad. There are a lot of journalists outside. If they don't get you, they will simply take us by storm. Martin, sir, I have a few questions about this. What should I say? What mustn't I say? Kilmosky shakes his head. Well, that depends on the obtained results. I can tell you precisely that you mustn't tell them about the Aurora 1. As for the other things, damn it, you're the hero of Earth. If there's anything I can say that might help you with those questions, I doubt it. Too bad. It seems it won't be an easy task. Well, see, it's time to go. Good luck. And one more thing. You still have to have your place at this table. Does your wife still bring her cookies here? He laughs. Sure thing. Sure things will never change. At least something good. You're behind a tribune. Kilmov is next to you. There's a small room full of people. Sounds of recording cameras and speedlights. There's an awful buzz. Finally, tired Kilmov waves his hands and knocks on the tribune. Gentlemen, silence, please. A few minutes later, the crowd finally calms down, but still there are lots of speedlights and clicks. Kilmov takes the floor once again. Dear journalists, I need to notice the fact that we don't have much time. I will be much appreciated if you try to understand it. Here comes the encouraging noise. After a while, looking around at a sea of hands, he points out a hand. It's a girl. She's about 20 or even less. C-size breasts and a form-fitting jacket. Wow. Okay. Blogging platform. Empire. Tell us, please, how did space welcome you? Did you have contact with aliens? How did it welcome me? Then how did Terra Inca welcome Columbus? How did Destroyers of America welcome ancient Vikings? How did Mongolia welcome Marco Polo? Whatever. You're too fast. Without a peep, I'm confused. You know, it's hard to tell you. That wasn't my first interplanetary fight, and that's why I'm at a loss for to answer. Space has become familiar, blah blah. It's not only about me. Although I'm a commander, I take responsibility on the spaceship with the team. Space shows, blah blah. Now let's go with this one. The girl gesticulates with passion. Her breast is slightly shaking. The second question. According to the information we have received from Aurora, they've met aliens. What about you? Did you meet them? If the answer is positive, how far have you got in developing an interplanetary relationship? Sure, I did meet them. Or wait, do you mean something different? Yuck. Yes, we had contact with aliens. There are not so many of them, but the communication was successful. As for interplanetary relationship, I'm so sorry, but I didn't understand your question, to be honest. We're not the only ones in the universe. It's hard to say if it's good or not. It's a fact, and perhaps some of you will find alien traditions a bit weird, but that's okay. The audience rises to the tribune. The young girls are swept to the back seats. Kumafi starts to frown. Gentlemen, stop it! Enough! I will have to end this conference early. The audience calms down, and Kumafi is choosing a journalist thoroughly. And the next question you receive from a stout man with a less presentable appearance. Georg Zotov, World's Vice, Publishing. What's the result of your contacts with aliens? I think you need to watch. You don't need to watch so many movies. Make your questions more specific. Journalist is a little bit embarrassed. Ahem, aliens. What did the communications with aliens come to? Should we expect some kind of long-term cooperation? Nothing specific. There were simple sessions of information exchange. I suppose in some ways they didn't care a dime. I believe soon things will change, but now it's what it is. You may say we just took a closer look, but nothing more happened. Sure, eventually we're going to build stronger, more stable connections. I guess it's too soon to be more specific. Nevertheless, I try to present our nation well-developed and peaceful, deserve. You know, I think this should be like, you know, this is one block text, because, you know, there's no point, like, you know, having like multiple selections if there's like no point to it, but whatever. Alright, satisfied with such a detailed answer, journalist steps aside. In the meantime, the second Kilmafi makes an approving sign. You face the camera. Live, good afternoon, my dear friends. Today we're taking part in a press conference dedicated to the return of the Aurora 2 spaceship from the expedition. We have no time to lose, so Commander, crisis is still eating away at the planet. Have you found a way to solve this problem? Yes, there's a solution, but I can't tell you more. As for me, the crisis doesn't frighten me anymore, and you shouldn't lose your heart. Certainly, yes, collision of our planets is the way that may save Earth. Perhaps we will use this possibility. Lady, you probably overestimate the Aurora 2. We're simple people, however, we do have some rebel ideas. Now let's go with this one. The next one, a microphone behind your face again. Oh, conflicts. Did conflicts take place? We had to shoot a little, but nothing serious, you know. They don't like bandits, pirates, and our bandmen in our space. Nope. However, you can't be too careful in dangerous times, so I hope you get the idea. Next question is a surprise to you. The Aurora 1. What can you say about the Aurora 1? Kimmo raises his hands, but the camera is already pointed at you, and everybody wants to answer. The Aurora, the lost spaceship. What can you say about it? My task is not finding the Aurora, but saving the planet. And pay attention, I don't say saving the humans because it's not about them. And if you think I should give up, blah blah. I believe that the main goal of my spaceship is looking for a way to get rid of the crisis. When we find a way, we will look for the Aurora 1. I think this is the best decision right now. I understand your disturbance about our countrymen, and I can cheer you up. We found a trace, blah blah. Let's go with this one. Buzz and hubbub. It's hard to understand people's attitude to you, but there's no need in it. Kamafi shucks his blocks, bids farewell, and you go away with him through the side door. It was, well, I hope I won't take part in such a thing in the future. Kamafi smiles in Kali, you wish. Alright, well, we got a bunch of quests here. Oh, this finally popped up. So, sent a stone. So strange, our landing party did not find any living creatures. It seems our scanner reacted to the stones. Should take some of them to analysis. Emergency, suddenly the stone that we brought on board started moving and crushed our lab. We moved it to the cargo bay and is rolling there and crushing walls. Should decide what to do with it. And then embassies. The brass is giving me a difficult task to establish diplomatic ties with alien civilizations. First, we have to find them, contact them, and arrange the exchange of embassies. The Cliffs, the Zorson, the Borks, the Rogues. Who do I visit first? And of course, there's colonization. Okay. So I guess you can't like land on Earth to like drop off stuff. Well, you're back. Any good news? We brought some presents for deep space. We're transferring and received data. Alright, so here's our total for now. We got some raw geodata, processed geodata, astro data, cracking the code. Close. Let's see. You have brought us new 609,700 points of data, giving you 7 points per day. Continue. The Earth Alliance is pleased with your research progress, Captain. Carry on. All people of all nations from Earth rely on you. I will do my best. Okay, so Earth Relay. A selection of blog posts. New. News Digest. They won't find the Aurora 1. It's probably destroyed by now. And they're faffing about with aliens. War, war, war. Let's have total annihilation, total victory in space. Space is great in my opinion. Endless possibilities. We are on the verge of a beautiful future, my friends. I'm happy to be alive in this time. I wonder if there are volunteering positions open. I don't believe them. I mean, it's obvious those bastards have been abducting us for ages, and now we talk blah blah blah. So it's basically like, you know, fluff piece. So Project Aurora news. The most significant news of the last days is the return of Aurora 2, the second ship created by Project Aurora. As you may remember, the first one disappeared under mysterious circumstances, and there are no updates about it at the moment. Right after returning to Earth, the captain of the Aurora 2 attended a press conference where he answered some of the hottest burning questions. It became clear that for the captain of the Aurora 2, space is something beautiful and novel, with a hint of romance, which reveals him as someone who is truly in love with his job. He is just as excited about the interplanetary contact, which is a good thing for a modern pioneer of deep space. He also remarked that such contact in any shape or form is very important for humanity. Work is already being done with it, having a favorable image. What does raise concerns is a crisis question. The captain not only declined to give a clear answer, but it could also be seen from the way he looked that the Aurora 2 was not doing great. Including a press conference with some information about the search for Aurora 1, the captain assured us that the trail had already been found and search was bound to be a success, thus giving hope to the families left behind by the ship's newest crew. to the status report. Greetings, this is an automated message sent to you by the UNS Information Carrier Center. All cargo loaded according to the manifest provided, and your ship is ready to launch at any time. Have a nice flight. Do not respond to this message. And good luck. On behalf of the Earth Command of the Space Exploration Project Aurora 1, I wish to luck in your mission. The fate of Earth, the future of humanity, depend on your heroes like you and your crew. Alright, so we got humanity here. So, humanity progress. New methods of geological research allows us to extract more information from sensor data. Oh, look at this. So we actually have a bunch of research points I can actually use to research stuff. Alright, so basically, I can research geodata more, train new international military organization that defends Earth and humanity from the dangers from space. The pure carrier system injection into the brain increases land party targeting range by 1. New optics coding increases sensor resolution range. Adds 1 to landing party visibility radius. That'd be nice. New methods of training moves and disease increases the patient's chance of survival. Unlocks the advanced medbay module. And blah blah. Alright, so new civilian scan slots to extract more information. More detailed reports mean higher price. Establishing new diplomatic contacts increases human's reputation with our races by 1. Creates interstellar trade and cargo ships capable of supplying human settlements outside the solar system. That could be useful. Spaceship technologies. New hull plating, long-range self-aiming missile system. Alright, so basically there's lots of upgrades you can basically do here. Let's go with okay, so basically just add stuff in you get as you go along. So we'll add 1,000 there for that. Now I got those two things a little bit. Let's go down here a little bit. Whee! Boof, boof, boof. So there we go, we basically have that all done. And this had it all. Boom. So new hull plating increases my max hull points by 2. Wonder what those things are. So basically I got a whole lot of upgrades done. Nothing here to raise the sea, so these are just spaceships for the humanity, I guess. Alright, well this has been a fairly eventful episode, I guess. Let's go over to the cursor system and have a look over here for a suitable planet to, settle perhaps. I wonder where Alpha Centauri would be. Nope, there's nothing here. Gora's calling. Captain, our sensors detected an artificial object in the star system. What kind of object? Looks like a spaceship debris. We can probably find something useful there. Okay, let's take a look at it when we have spare time. There's probably some... Oh, there's some junk right there. Alien goods. Okay, that's for researching. Alright, we've had everything fall into our hands, from furniture to entertainment systems to art pieces, nothing particularly useful to us, but it'll give xenocyclosis on Earth a lot of work with. All the major museums will probably get into a fight over these items. Okay, so a little bit of research done there. 9595. By the way, I have full comp of crew again because I went back to Earth so we could get more people. Alright, someone jumped here. We're just gonna get our resources and leave, I guess. Do. Oh, this atmosphere is breathable, so I can walk around it all I want. That's cool. Whee! Just walking around the plant. Well, we can't go far here, so let's just go to the back, I guess. Over here. Now, something to note, by the way, is that even if an atmosphere is breathable, it's probably not very, likely that you just walk around like this on it, because there's, pathogens and stuff like that you have to worry about. But whatever. Maybe they have, breath filters or something that, filter out such things. Do. And one little bit over here to get. I assume this stuff is for repairing over here, so... Ooh, biologicals! It's a medium-sized plant, it's got a breathable atmosphere. Okay, let's just cut down the research here a little bit, I guess, so that we can do stuff. Get to do that now, these guys. Four military, 4 engineers, 2 scientists. That's a good, task force. Gordon looks disappointed. Captain, I'm afraid this planet isn't suitable for us. It has a breathable atmosphere and acceptable gravitation, but the terrain, there's no place to build settlements. Yeah, there aren't many places suitable for building on the surface. We'll have to look for a different planet. That sucks. Can I fire it? Yep, killed it. Can't get to it though. There's trees! Lovely, lovely trees! Okay, there's a little bit of a glitching going on. Not sure what that's all about, but whatever. Oh, there's the ore right there. It sort of blends into the background a little bit, the ore, but whatever. That's everything over here. Gas Wing's dead. Killed that. Bang, bang, bang. Nope, we're overweight. Hooray, we can do some research. Fire! Interact with both of them. I want them both. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. By the way, I should probably get my guys doing our research, shouldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Cool, kill all those things. Yeah, I can just imagine my characters. They're just mass burning everything in their path. Muhahaha. Wow, 3 of them. Can't pick that up, it's too heavy, so we'll have to drop off his stuff first. Oh cool, we did some research of the stuff on, you know, on a ship. Do. So yeah, it's a very common game, you know. It's just, you know, lots of this, like, you know, back and forth. looks like there's some recycled, you know, monsters, but whatever. That's fine. Alright, we killed everything. Nothing really of note here, so let's just leave. Ah, down here you got the coordinates, that's good to know. Got a couple plans to explore here, but I think that'll be for next time. We've already gone for like an hour or so at this point. Let's just save the game here. And I'll see you guys the next time, I think. For now, just take care.